Right, hello and welcome. When it comes to engine swaps in Gran Turismo 7, well, we've received a lot just in the 2023 year, with the total number coming in at just under 50 cars. And with me going over all of them, I had to narrow the list down to find my top 5 favorites engine swaps of 2023. But before we get into my list, I want to hear from you. What is your favorite engine swap in Gran Turismo 7 in 2023? So starting off, we have to go back to the first time we received engine swaps this year, and that was with our February updates. And in that update, we received one of the most iconic engine swaps in my opinion, the Nissan R33 GTR fitted with the engine from the R92 CP Group 1 racer. Yes, a full-on Group 1 power plant got fitted into a 90s JDM icon. Now, yes, the engine can also go into the R34 GTR as well as the R32 GTR, but for me personally, I find the best fit in the R33 GTR because this vehicle has the performance and just everything that you are looking for in an engine swap vehicle. Because firstly, the vehicle has great overall performance, with the vehicle producing 987 brake horsepower and only coming in at a weight of 1069 kgs. This vehicle is extremely lightweight and extremely powerful. Now, this makes for a perfect mix, especially if we look at the fact that the vehicle has a very high-tech 4-wheel drive system that allows the power to get put down to the ground effectively. And that is the biggest issue with engine swaps in Gran Turismo, because yes, it's all fun to throw a bajillion horsepower at a car, but if it can't handle the power, it's absolutely useless. And the R33 GTR does exactly that. It holds down more than enough power. It can still have just so much thrown at it when it comes to going through corners. You can really push this vehicle to limits. And with it being a Group 1 engine swap, well, the fuel economy is just absolutely insane. Now, if we move on to a vehicle that is also just a lot of fun, but lacks the side of fuel economy, and that is the Alpine A110 fitted with the engine from the Nissan R35 GTR Nismo. This vehicle is an absolute blast around any circuit, whether it's very short technical circuits. The Alpine's agility and lightness is what really brings it into effect, because the Alpine comes in at 983 kgs, which makes it actually the lightest car on this list, but it doesn't lack power, because with the R35 GTR Nismo engine being fully upgraded, it produces 1042 brake horsepower, and with the Alpine being rear wheel drive, it makes for a very exhilarating experience, especially around Kyoto Driving Park. You see yourself traveling well over 310 kilometers per hour before needing to slam on the brakes to go around the first corner. And that's the thing, you can make it out of a corner in one piece. You do not need to fear for your life or really start stressing on, okay, this car is gonna try and kill me. However, it is not a boring experience at all, because this car will keep you on your toes, because look, it's rear wheel drive with 1000 horsepower, weighs under 1000 kgs. Yeah, it's a bit of an exciting vehicle, but I mean, look, it has to be if it's gonna be on my top 5 favorite list of engine swap cars of 2023. And I have to just throw in my honorable mention right now, and this is the Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo. However, it does not have the standard engine, but the engine from the Suzuki Escort Pikes Peak Special. This vehicle, you either love it or you hate it, because with this engine swap, it is very tricky to actually get a control of, because this engine swap, yes, it does cost almost 1,000,000 credits, but it's honestly hit or miss depending on the way you have the vehicle set up. The way the power is delivered with this Escudo engine is unlike any other engine swap that you will rarely find in the game. I think maybe the rough swapped Subaru is the only thing really similar, but I mean, we're not talking about that. This is Scudo swapped Mitsubishi right here. The way this Scudo engine delivers power, it's like nothing, wave, tsunami of power. It all hits you at once you hit a certain part of the rev range. So if you are able to keep or just learn how to actually use and utilize the power of this engine, well, you are going to be left with an extremely quick vehicle that will be setting lap times around the 1 minute 30 second mark around Kyoto Driving Park, which makes it an extremely quick vehicle when it comes to using it around events. Plus too, the vehicle also isn't too shabby at fuel economy. With the Scudo being a Group B rally car, well, the fuel economy is on its side. Now where it isn't on its side is with the next vehicle. This is a V8 Porsche Cayman. Now this is a 351 Windsor powered Porsche Cayman GT4. Now what I find absolutely bonkers with this Porsche Cayman is the fact that this vehicle is able to travel over 500 kilometers per hour. It is able to have over 1,408 brake horsepower and comes in at a weight of 1,083 kgs. Now honestly, a setup like this, usually you'll find this vehicle only being good at one thing, and that's going down a straight line very quickly. However, that is not the case. The Porsche Cayman GT4 is able to somehow handle this power, and you're able to set lightning fast lap times around Kyoto Driving Park, with my fastest lap time actually being a 1 minute 28 second lap around Kyoto Driving Park. Yes, the Porsche Cayman GT4 is an absolute rocket ship when it comes to using it around Kyoto Driving Park, or in fact any circuit. The Porsche Cayman in fact is just able to handle so much power, and you're really able to just push it to its absolute limits, and I love every single second of it. The Porsche Cayman GT4 is a lightning fast vehicle, and if you haven't tried it out, you should, considering the fact that the engine swap costs only 250,000 credits, which has to be one of the cheapest engine swaps that delivers the most amount of power. But on the other end of the scale is the most expensive engine swap that delivers the most amount of power possible, and that is your Bugatti Chiron engine swap. Now when it comes to the Bugatti Chiron engine swap, there are quite a few vehicles you can put that engine into, and that includes two cars on my top 5 favorite list, and that has to be the Chevrolet Corvette C601. If you watched a previous video on my top 5 favorite cars of the year, the Chevrolet Corvette C601 was on the list because that vehicle was insanely powerful. It was able to set insanely high top speeds and just be absolutely insane around a circuit and just be an absolute blast. And with the Bugatti engine in it, it is absolutely no difference. The Bugatti powered Chevrolet Corvette is honestly the stuff of dreams. Whoever at Polyphony decided, you know what, that's gonna be a good idea, honestly, my hats off to you, because it is exactly that. It is a fantastic vehicle that honestly is mind-blowing to be behind the wheel of. But we have to talk about the fact that that car can travel over 600 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest street car in Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, I have to specify that, in Gran Turismo 7. But if we are going to talk about the fastest street car that I have driven in Gran Turismo 7 with an engine swap, we have to talk about the Nissan R35 Nismo GTR with the Bugatti Chiron engine. Yes, with the vehicle coming at 1,851 brake horsepower. Yes, it is a bit on the heavier side, coming at 1,472 kgs. Yes, it is heavy, but honestly, when I tell you, if you are looking for a fast car, this is the best engine swap you can get in Gran Turismo 7, because even with you setting bad laps, you going off circuit, you possibly even spinning out this vehicle around Kyoto Driving Park, you are gonna find yourself setting lap times around the 1 minute 26 second mark, which, as I mentioned in a previous video, that is very OP times. But if you are able to absolutely nail and bang the perfect lap in the Nissan R35 GTR, well, in fact, you are going to be able to set a 1 minute 22 second lap around Kyoto Driving Park, which is fast enough to rival the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which is one of the fastest cars you can drive in Gran Turismo 7. So yeah, I think it's a really good swap. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What do you think of my top 5 list? And with all of this being said, I hope you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. Don't forget, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more Gran Turismo 7 content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.